Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Brendan Lee with Consciousness and Skill Worldwide, founded by Peter Ralston. I got a question. This one came off of a Facebook request I put out to people. I wanted them to give me some questions so I can create some content. So here's a question. Somebody responded. If my true nature is already true, how come I'm not conscious of it? What is the greatest barrier to grasping these things? If my true nature is already true, how come I'm not conscious of it? Well, the reason that you're not conscious of your true nature is you're not conscious of your true nature. You just aren't conscious. I could make up some stuff about, what's standing in your way. So let me speak as if to some barriers. But then one of the first things that comes up here is I am viewing my job in what I'm creating here for people is to support you in having the best chance of you becoming conscious for yourself what's true. Okay? So that's where I'm coming from. Sometimes there are videos, as far as I can tell, where it's like I'm a little more on the opinion side of things, and you should know that I really don't give a shit about my opinion. See, I really don't take much stock in an opinion about the work, because it doesn't really matter. I can have an opinion about anything. Everybody can have an opinion about something, and it doesn't, it's an opinion. See, I'm more interested in you doing the work, or me becoming conscious, or you becoming conscious for yourself or for myself. Opinions, be damned. All right? So now, that being said, if I am coming from that standpoint of wanting you to become conscious, it behooves me to speak to you in certain ways that I think are going to empower you to do it. And you should know right up front, ultimately, you must become conscious for yourself what's true. Then you would likely agree with me, perhaps. You'd go, oh, that's what he's talking about. Okay, so now I'm going to say some stuff. And the stuff I'm going to speak about could easily fall into some idea or belief about this type of work that will not serve you. The belief won't serve you. It'll serve you believing. And that's a disservice to the work, because then it's an easy out. Oh, I just believe it, or I heard about it. Okay, I don't have to question anymore. No, if you want to become conscious, you need to throw yourself into it. And that's just a fact, Jack. Buddha didn't get enlightened by asking somebody else about it. Think about that for a second. What did he do? What did he do at the end? Or, he's like, fuck it. These guys don't know. They don't know. I'm just going to go sit under a tree. He did it. And then, after he became conscious or enlightened or whatever, then he started talking and giving opinions and stuff. And now look what we have. We have Buddhism as a belief system. What's that do? Gives people something to believe in. Now, see? Stupid in my mind, or irrelevant. Oh, okay, you said it's stupid. Yeah, it is in terms of you becoming conscious for yourself. Having a belief system or religion is a pretty stupid thing to do. All it does is give you beliefs and opinions. Okay, so be forewarned. Now, answering the question, what are some of the biggest barriers? Well, first off, and to be cheeky about it, you are the barrier. The fact that you have a self, mind, and perception itself is the barrier. You see things out there. You are related to things. You live in a world of objects. You have a self makeup, and that's you. What you think is really you usually is like that character. You have certain characteristics, don't you? You have things you like and things you don't like. You have value and meaning and charge and good and bad. You live in a world that's relative, for one, and it's full of good and bad, what you like and don't like. And you're striving to stay alive and avoid dying. That is what you're up to. That's the biggest barrier. As far as I can tell, perception itself is a barrier. But then you might go, well, see, but watch. You might go, well, if perception is the biggest barrier and myself is the barrier, well, I'll stop perception and stop myself. But you've already fucked up because you're saying now that from a standpoint of what's good and bad, I've just told you what's bad, you see, and good. And so then you're going to try to avoid what's bad by like shutting down perception or having what you might, what some people like, okay, I need to kill my ego. I need to have ego death. I've heard this stuff before, or I need to have a Kundalini awakening, or I need to have some sort of experience, some other experience than what I have, but that's still the same thing. It's avoiding what you think is bad and moving toward what you think is good. It's still the same stuff. No matter what way you slice it. Now, I don't care what you have happen. If you've experienced it, you are still experiencing. Experience itself is the barrier, no matter if it's awesome, you're one with God, you're the lowliest of the low, you're massively positive, it's weird sideways, it's psychologically messed up, you're hallucinating or whatever. I don't care what your experience is, that is the barrier. And then you might go, well, I need to overcome the barrier. No, that's already again, I'm repeating myself a little bit. That's the same stuff again. So, what do you do about it? Because this really looks real, doesn't it? You're probably, you're listening on a phone or you're watching a computer screen. You look around your room. You go like, yeah, Brendan, I'm sitting in my room. Yeah, I know. It looks real. And it is the real reality in which we live that we think is real, but yet we don't know the nature of this reality. Okay, if you don't believe me, then come to a workshop and we will go through this. And by the time you're done, you'll go, oh yeah, I don't know anything. Unless you do, I'm open. Okay, so now what do you do about this problem? Well, my advice is for you yourself to become conscious of what's true. Really throw yourself into it, Going back to the Buddha example, what's he do? He sat down under a tree and he's like, I'm going for it. I'm either going to die, my bones are going to crack, and I'm going to go for it. And apparently he let a woman serve him sweet banana drink or something, sweet yogurt drink, I don't know, whatever, lassi or something. And then all his friends said he was a blasphemer and left him, but whatever, he took honey. Oh, it's so bad. See, but then what I'm trying to show with that is he sat the fuck down and figured it out himself. Okay, now I'm not inviting you to go find an answer, but I'm inviting you to take it on for yourself. You become conscious. That's the most powerful thing to do. Listening to me yap about it on a camera or some sort of screen is really, in terms of becoming conscious, kind of silly. So it's best to toss it all out and go for it yourself. Be honest. Be brutally honest. These things will empower your contemplation, and then you can become conscious, and then you will go, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's why he would say that's a barrier. So I challenge you to figure it out for yourself. And that's what I think could do you the most good if you are looking for an answer to these types of questions. Okay? Thanks for watching. This is Brendan Lee with Consciousness and Skill Worldwide. Shout out to Peter Ralston as always. Much love. Catch you later.